Yo guys, what's up? Doing a quick video here today on Abyss. I've actually been streaking with Abyss on in Diamond, so yeah, I just wanted to show you some of the games. First, I guess let's go into the deck list here. Uh, yeah, I have not played a lot of Abyss. I'll just show the profile here quickly. Actually, I have not played a lot of Abyss. I just started playing it yesterday, and was just going. Did, I don't know. I was just going crazy, and the deck felt so good. Which was kind of surprising to me because you always see people talk about how Abyss is not like one of the weaker classes, but yeah, I guess let's get into the deck list. Reaper's Death Slash. During the first reveals of the game of the first set, I read this card and thought I was just going to be an Abyss main because like especially combined with like Miss Bonemancer. I thought it was really cool. Uh, yeah, obviously this is like the probably the best removal in the game, uh, especially when you get any of these skeletons or anything like that, or even when you do have to just use it on a. Sometimes I'll just like death slash my own layout just to draw a card and take something out. Uh, I will say though, I see even at the higher rank sometimes I see people not attack with their guy face before using Death Slash. So just keep that in your mind. Make sure that if you're gonna Death Slash something, make sure it attacks. So that's kind of just a funny side note, but yeah. Um, More nuanced reason why this card is super good is because it gets around like all the intimidates. It gets around like the wards and Angrea. It's like Phil Dow's ability, just like but yeah, that's fairly intuitive. Leia, this is a card I might actually run at 3 of because I want to see more cards. I might drop Mino. I wanted to play 3 Mino because I guess there's a lot more things to talk about than I thought. This might take a bit. So as you can see there, like I don't have the, I don't know how to say his name. The four mana guy who evolves necromancy, summon a thing, departed. It's a good card, but here's the thing. The reason Abyss is good, and the reason why I've been having success with it, is this deck can actually go under Runecraft, right? So the other deck that I play is Puppet Portal, and it's in order to answer the Anon Gray, you have to use in most cases you have to use evolve points, and then they have so much healing. I guess what I'm trying to say is there's not really enough reach like in Puppet Portal. Like I find that in Rune, if I'm not going Orcus into Orcus and they don't have their healing, then I'm not winning the game. In this deck, there's so much more reach with the Olivia super evolving the Mummy for the rush, and then obviously with the Rage of Serpent, and even just like the Gravy smacking and setting up the, like, you don't even need Cerberus with a super evolve. Obviously the Shadow Crypt is good as well, but you don't even need to super evolve Cerberus for her to be good. Like if you have Shadow Crypt on board, it's yeah, it'll make more sense in the gameplay, but yeah. Leia I might run at 3 of, maybe drop a Mino because I put this card back in my mulligan anyway, but it's just one of those cards that lets you, pop something. Uh, it lets you pop something with this enhanced ability, and then it also gives you a skeleton that costs 0, so then you're able to use this skeleton for your Soul Predations or your Reaper Death Slash. So yeah, I don't know. I also have 3 premium copies of this card, and I think it looks super cool. But yeah, I don't really think you can cut. I don't really think you can cut Ruby. I don't think you can cut Fildow. You honestly could probably cut Fildow too, because one of the best parts about this deck is Eternal Hunter here is able to answer Anangrea, and it doesn't answer it as yeah, no, it does. It also answers the the Alouette, the same as it would as filled out does. So it just gives you more outs in your deck. Like obviously filled out is better into the Alouette board because you get to play something again after. But yeah, just especially Anangrea, like this card makes the matchup so much better. Just the way that the damage is dealt, it always deals it to the oldest character first. So you always get to hit the Anangrea. Okay, let's talk about Ruby. This card's just like generically good because it's the first set, and it probably won't be here forever. Yeah, you just I'm gonna be honest, like I've been having success with this deck, and I don't like. I'm sure because of the limited amount of games I played. I don't even know if I'm piloting it well. If I'm being honest with you, but the cards I do put back with Ruby are. Sometimes I will put back Reaper's Death Slash. This is also a card I don't keep in my mulligan. Other times, I have put back Soul Predation. I'm not sure if that's correct. This card, you really want to draw cards. It's kind of why I want to up the layout. But at the same time, you really want to pressure the board. And that like this Soul Predation, it'll be like it could be good in a few turns, but obviously it's at the cost of a tempo loss, right? Like this isn't a card that you can play on your opponent's turn when they go to kill something. Like I hope that makes sense. So you are at a loss of tempo. It's only really good when you have a skeleton, which you can't really guarantee. And then at the same time, you are spending 2 mana to draw cards and not play cards to the board. So there is times in the mid game where you do use it, because you're not really pressured on the board. But yeah, Ruby just lets you see more cards, and it's just a 2-drop body. Filled out helps get around those really powerful turn 5 plays from Alouette and Anangrea. If you do not have the Gravy. The other thing about this deck that I was enjoying was because in my puppet deck, my out to the Anangrea and the Alouette, when I was going second, would come at the cost of a coined out Sylvia on turn 5. Which means like I couldn't coin out a 2-drop early to like get tempo advantage. And in this deck, because there's so many 2-drops, and because you have so many more answers to those board states, like Death Slash, Fildau, and Eternal Hunter, that all do not require the coin, right? Because if you go second, they have to play theirs on turn 5, and then I'm able to crack it with Eternal Hunter on 5, no coin needed. Fildau, still don't need the coin, and then Death Slash, none of these require the coin, right? So you're actually able to just go and coin out a 2-drop and just play for the board super early and get ahead that way. Hope that makes sense. The next, but yeah, Fildau still is just super good. But now I don't feel pressured to like, okay, I need to hold my Fildau instead of coining it out, because yeah, there's 9 answers in the deck to find one. So it's just more winning to just, in my opinion, because this deck is trying to end the game rather quickly. It's more winning to just coin it out and fight for the board. Mummy, you could actually cut down a Mummy as well for you could cut down a Mummy for another Angel, but I'm probably gonna do the Mino. The Mummy is really good because yeah, you usually don't have to. It kind of depends, but even you'll see in the gameplay. This is just more reach at the end of the game, and I'll just like use an evolve point on it. Like you use your super evolve points pretty fast, but if you are able to go, especially going second, if you're able to coin out the like a body on 2 and just fight for the board that way, this is obviously good because like on 4 when you would get the ability to evolve to pop something, you can just pop it anyway. And then yeah, the Gravy is Argavi. uh, is really good at clearing boards without using an evolve point. Yeah, so this is just more reach. The thing is, I don't really. I'm completely fine playing this early. It's not like my game plan. Like if I can save it, I will save it. But yeah, if it's just a 2-drop I can coin out, I will just do it. The and it's not always like that. Like if I have the coin, I sometimes, at least specifically against swordcraft, I will maybe hold it for the hunter if it's in my hand. But at the same time, if you are able to coin out a 2-drop, it's trades pretty favorably into their lance trooper. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Yeah, so we kind of talked about Mino. We talked about the mummy. Orthus, I have two. So my award split is 2-2. I don't really, I don't know if that's really relevant. That the ward obviously does matter. I have 4 copies of it in the deck. Orthus is good. I know I don't evolve Orthus because I really. Why does this say Necromancy 4? I actually don't understand. Like, it should, in my opinion, it should just say do this 2 times, deal 2 damage to a random enemy follower. Because Fildau literally just says pop anything on the field, or any follower on the field, which is just a better evolve effect in almost every situation. Because he can just, they both crash anyway, and it's like, it's not like your opponent is going to let a 4/4 live. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, I don't really evolve her, but what she does is put 2 shadows in your cemetery. She's also a 2-drop 2/2 with ward. Just a good card. I never feel like I don't have enough shadows in this deck, but that's because I don't play the 4. He's a 4 or a 5-drop. But yeah, I think you can either play the mummy or him, because obviously you always need to have shadows for Cerberus, which is obviously the best card in the deck. And yeah, the good thing about Cerberus though is when you super evolve her, she creates so many shadows her on her own because they can't just let the board live. They're gonna crack back, right? So she basically completely replenishes the shadows for the second Cerberus. Soul Predation, we kind of already talked about this, but yeah, just get rid of one of your own cards, draw 2 cards. Can really help you find the. We'll see a game where I had to just dig for my outs, and yeah, I just was basically top decking, just went into Soul Predation. I think I found like a Leia, a Soul Predation, my own Leia, and then I eventually drew into the Rage of Serpent to end the game. But yeah, Rage of Serpents is a really good card because it's just an insane amount of reach. If you have 2 in your hand, it's just 6. The 4 mana, 6 damage to the face is crazy. And the cool thing about this card is it does the damage to your opponent first. So if you, let's say you both have 1 health, you go Rage of Serpents on them, you win the game. You guys don't die. Little Miss Bowmancer is a super good card. It's just a sticky card. It's kind of annoying for your opponent to deal with. Honestly, I've had games where I just let the Bowmancer live until I can deal with it in an efficient way because it's just going to hit you in the face for 1. And that, I don't know, that's fine with me. I think we're even going to have a game where I kind of just like let it hang out, and then when I can finally clear it efficiently, I do that. The other thing that I kind of see people, I think someone misplayed into me, is they got rid of my Bowmancer into my Cerberus turn. Whenever you play against Abysscraft, you definitely want just to put, you can't leave anything on the field with Cerberus because the +2 attack is so deadly, right? Because that's a swinging face. But yeah, Bowmancer is super good. Summons the skeletons. Next card, Shadowcrypt Memorial. This card is super good. I usually put this card back in my mulligan. I'm not 100% sure if that's right, because if you're able to develop it on 3 and it's able to just like hang out on the board, uh, it always comes into play with on your Cerberus turn, because the giving the you swing 6 damage face, because if you pop this before you play Cerberus, the ghosts get +2 attack, and they have Storm, so they're at 6. The thing is though, it's a massive tempo loss. So it's been in my hand on turn 3 and I've just played it because it's my 3-drop, but I don't keep it. I'm not 1,000,000% sure if that's correct, because like I'm very new to the deck, but been having success with it, and usually I just try and find a way to develop on a later turn, or even this card doesn't, you don't need to activate this card to make Cerberus good, right? Like the other thing is, I'll just pop this, and then evolve one of them, and you still swing 4 damage face. Like this is really, it feels kind of like an aggro deck. I mean, it can win games on turn 10 plus. So it's not like hyper aggro, but yeah, it's definitely trying to, chip as much as possible, make value trades, and then yeah, win the game with just like some extra reach here. So I'm pretty sure this is the card that makes the deck. Well, there's a couple cards. These 2 cards make the deck playable, Eternal Hunter and Cerberus, because like I said before, this guy is like how you crack boards without using an evolve point. It just completely obliterates Anangrea, and then like any go wide board, some people don't respect this card. You can get massive swings with it. It's also good against the Face Dragon, because it gets rid of those Intimidate guys. And yeah, the other card that is super good in this deck, because there's not a ton of draw. Well, I guess that's not necessarily true. Like you have 8 cards that draw cards could potentially be 9, but like I said before, Soul Predation becomes at a tempo loss. The thing about Olivia in this deck, is she can evolve the Mummy, which is obviously super good because you storm 5 to the face. But the other thing is in most of my games when I have Olivia going second, I coin it out on turn 6 as soon as I get the refresh point. And Olivia is much harder to deal, like she's very easy to deal with on turn, like when you have 8 mana. But unless you have her specifically, she's harder to deal with on 7 mana, because a lot of the, like obviously Kuon can do it, like there's cards that can do it, but against some classes, it's kind of like in order to deal with it in a very effective way, it needs to happen like a turn later, and which is usually the case, but not when you coin it out. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, it's just a super good card, and something I totally use my super evolve point on if I have to clear the board, because like I said before, Cerberus does not require a super evolve point. It's good to have at least one for her. Sometimes, like the game works out into a game state where you just have both. But yeah, it's not necessary, because she's just such a good unit on her own. We'll even see a game where I don't know. I think it's in there. I just play Cerberus. I can super evolve it. I can push for more, but I just keep my options open. I'm able to clear the board without her anyway, without super evolving her anyway. And yeah, the Olivia is super good. As far as mulligan goes, though, I'm not keeping this card on my mulligan, and that might be a mistake. I do keep Cerberus, and I do keep the Eternal Hunter, because in most matchups he's just extremely relevant. Cards that I put back Soul Predation, which in the mirror it might be incorrect. I'm still experimenting with a lot of things, but generally what I'll be doing is, because there's 22 2-drops, cards that I do not keep, I don't keep Rage of Serpents. This is a card I'm trying to draw into later. I'm not trying to use it as removal on characters. I'm trying to use it for face. Cards I put back is Shadow Crypt, Rage of Serpents. I put the Mino back. I put Soul Predation back. I put Death Slash back. Depends on the matchup. Usually I keep Leia. Sometimes I put her back if I'm really need an attack body. Ruby I keep, Fildau I keep, Mummy I keep, Orthus I keep, Bone Mancer I keep, and then Cerberus and Gravy I keep. Generally. Yeah. And then obviously we've kind of talked about Cerberus before, but everybody knows what Cerberus does. Crazy card. And yeah, really how she makes the deck playable. It's like Orcus in Puppet. It's not playable without her. So yeah, let's get into some games here. So yeah, Runecraft, a deck I hate playing against because it feels impossible. And then I don't even know why I wanted to queue this deck up. I was like, people think it's bad. Let's just play it. So yeah, here as you've seen in the mulligan, I put back the 2 Olivias and something else. But yeah, I'm just looking for early curve here, especially against a Runecraft here. Insane late game deck. Obviously, everyone's been hit by the Cocytus, declimb, whatever shenanigans. Double, Huon, 24 damage, Storm, Bane. You got to end the game before it gets to that point, right? So I'm just coining out the Orthus here, trying to do as much damage as possible. He plays the dude. I just go the Mummy, and I'm just swinging face here because I'm not trading. He's in much more of a position to feel like he has to trade. So me swinging in there is just losing 2 damage. So here I just go the Shadow Crypt. It's just like obviously, you know, you might argue if you're trying to put more damage on the board, why play this instead of playing like a Fildau, right? This is just the perfect turn to develop the Memorial because it's the most mana efficient. And I'm probably going to want to play the okay, so let me explain it like this. It's a like what I said was true. It's the most mana efficient. How do you make this card mana efficient again in a deck with no 1-drops? We can't draw 1 to play it on 4 like a 3 and a 1. You go a 3 and a 2. But the problem with that is we're trying to play Gravy on 5 to deal with the Anangrea. The other issue with that is if we don't play it this turn, then what do we do next turn? Like we have this open if he plays a big threat, or we have a 2 and a 2 open. So it's just about being mana efficient, planning your turns ahead. It's the same thing with Yudi in a way, even though Yudi like draws you a card and she's just a better card than Shadowcrypt Memorial. But what I'm trying to say is you just work it into the curve. Like sometimes you go Puppet Lancer, Enhance Puppet, swing, and then you save your Yudi for turn 5, going a 3 and a 2. So yeah, you just want to be as mana efficient as possible. And the other thing is like I'm not under any pressure, right? Here I get the Ruby. I go Ruby, put back the Mino. The reason I put back this is because this card is basically really only good for if there's like a Blaze Destroyer or something. I also have no reason to have a skeleton in my hand. I don't really have Soul Predation or anything like that. So yeah, and the other thing is it doesn't get past the Anangrea, which oh, this is actually interesting. So I think this is probably a mistake by me. You might actually play the Fildau here. I think because I'm so used to playing Puppet, like I really value this Fildau for the post Anangrea. But the thing is, I already have 2 hunters, The other thing is I want my opponent to use their evolve point, right? To get to out my board. So I'm ahead on resources because the gravy pops it without using an evolve point. So maybe I'm supposed to play the field out here. At the same time, if I do play it, it's like just kind of guaranteed to die, right? Like at least that's what I'm thinking in my head. And then if he goes some, like he probably does have Anangrea here, but he's just not. There's no point in playing it onto that board. So now, okay, I was gonna say I definitely do play the field out if I have a 3 and a 2 with the Bone Mancer. He just goes William. William evolves. So maybe he didn't even, maybe he didn't have the Anangrea. Yeah. Either way, oh, this is interesting. All right, so my opponent has a pretty good turn here. I just go the gravy here, and then I'll evolve it. The reason, some people say, I hear people say like, oh, you basically can't evolve this card. I completely disagree. It doesn't matter as long as your health doesn't reach 0, man. It doesn't matter. And doing an extra 3 damage, while clearing a board, just sets up your win condition. If he goes Kuon here. Our spot feels kind of not crazy, right? I get the Rage of Serpents. Yeah, I go the Cerberus. So this is the thing I really like about Cerberus. Cerberus actually trades into this board extremely efficiently, because, and we'll just show you why. Because I was trying to do the math originally. I was like, okay, 4 here. I get the 2 things, and then it just works out. Because you smack there, it does 2. You super evolve, get the 2 back, and then yeah, just crash, 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 crash. So yeah, you get to pop the board well. And so if I don't, I'm not using the. Okay, let's look at this game state. I didn't pop this Shadowverse Memorial to use with the Cerberus, because if you do that and you don't. If you do that, you don't get full value out of Cerberus's super evolve ability. Because if I go pop these 2, play Cerberus, they get +2. I summon the 2 little dudes, Mimi and Coco. I run the Mimi in. Now if I go to super evolve, I only have 1 board space, right? And faced with a board like that, like you have to, the priority is clearing the board, because if you just pass, there's no point I could not swing face there. Is basically what I'm saying. You have to answer the board. And like I was saying before, I'm just going to I think in this game I just pop the Memorial and just evolve one of them. And that's if you just evolve 1, you're swinging 4 face. So that plus Rage of Serpents is the game. So he goes Anangrea. He heals. I'm like, okay, this is. Oh, then declimb. I'm like, okay, this is. In my opinion, my opponent's had a pretty good hand. Right, so this is where the game, you know, is getting kind of hard. He finds the clear, has the second Anangrea. But yeah, here I just go the gravy, and the reason I am super evolving here is you get the damage in, right? I get the damage in from the super evolve. I also get the damage from, it's 4 damage because I also smack something, and then I'm holding 2 Reaper's Death Slash, so I get a full clear here. Yeah, I get a full clear here. Which maybe I'm okay with the full clear here. Okay, he goes William. Yeah, didn't find the second healing, and then this is just game. 4 in the Serpent. Yeah, that's Soul Predation and Death Slash obviously get much better with super evolved followers, right? Because you don't have to actually pay the cost with the like the destroy cost. Yeah, that was the first game. It was kind of, I feel like my opponent had a pretty good hand. We had a pretty good hand. Now we're running into a mirror here. I don't want to wail, but oh, this is interesting. I put the two Soul Predations back. I'm not sure if this mirror comes down to card draw. It might. I can see in my head where it would come down to that. Yeah, I do keep the did I keep Rage of Serpent? If I did, I think maybe it's kind of. I know I put back 2 Soul Predations. Yeah, I wasn't sure if this is gonna go the value. Okay, based on my mulligan, I took the aggressive approach. I could keep Soul Predation, play for value, or I could keep Rage of Serpent and the Hunter. I think Hunter you keep either way. Yeah, I just go face here. This is a spot where, because he had a slower turn with the Apollo, I do just go Soul Predation here. But at note, I do swing to the face first. Yeah. So this is a spot where I could just go Gravy here, but it feels kind of bad. What I do is just go the Leia. This might seem like kind of a crazy evolve from you guys, but I'm just trying to push my card advantage. And Leia does that. It also lets me get these skeletons onto the board to clear with my Hunter next turn. Yeah, using this evolve is completely worth it in my opinion, because yeah, you're getting two cards. I already have the my Rage of Serpents and my Cerberuses, but I still want to press the tempo or sorry, the card advantage, and then at the same time it sets up my Hunter for next turn. And most of the time you're supposed to let the Bone Mancer live, right? But because it was evolved, it's 3 damage. So I mean, there's just not really another play here. I played the Gravy. The skeletons are just there. If I go, the only other thing is I guess I could have yeah, I don't know. I could play my own I could play my own Bone Mancer, evolve it. I don't really see why that's good either. This is just the clear line in my head. I'm not if I'm super ambitious, I could be going Mummy here, Storm, smacking, but I'm just trying to clear the board, set up my Hunter.
Now I'm annoyed. Let the sound of the bells give you joy. Made a merrill escape.
I get the Shadow Crypt here. Try and set that up. So this guy's playing Apollo in his deck, and I am not playing Apollo in my deck. Of all the cards we talked about, I just couldn't see myself oh, he's going all in. I could not see myself putting Apollo in my deck with the card. It's different in Puppet, because you get Apollo mixed with your Hero Cost Puppets. You obviously there's just synergy there. Yeah, I could not imagine removing any of these cards in my deck for Apollo. And maybe that's wrong. Maybe Apollo is good. Obviously it has a lot of use cases, and I'd say 3 decks, it's Good into fairy, good into sword, good into face dragon, but can be good in the puppet. But yeah, I'm not playing Apollo, so obviously we're on different lists. He clears my gravy. Expected. Here is the, Mino. Just one of those cards that lets you pop something without using an evolve point. He goes Olivia here, and then coins out Shadow Crypt. That's kind of interesting. So when I draw the third Rage of Serpent, I kind of... Oh yeah, I don't even use... Oh no, I do use it. Interesting. You might not have to use the Super Evolve here. But at the same time, the getting the 2 more damage face when you're holding that many Rage of Serpents in your hand, I think ultimately is worth it, especially because I still have shadows for the Mummy Evolve. Yeah. So he's cracks back with his own Cerberus. Oh, interesting. He's just taking the chance. I wanted to guarantee the damage, and he got the heal. Okay, so my opponent messes up here because I just kill him. Let's go back here. Yeah, like I said with the shadows, I have I was setting it up, the reason I wanted to guarantee the damage is because I have enough shadows for this, and I'm holding 3 Rage of Serpents plus a Shadow Crypt Memorial, right? My opponent messed up in the sense that he should have got this healing off here. Like, he should have crashed both of these to heal to 14. He might play the deck a lot, and he might think that, obviously he's not playing around triple Rage of Serpent. So he thinks, 12 is, in his mind, is probably, a completely safe breakpoint. But, yeah. I just have lethal. I just go Mummy, Evolve. Triple Rage Serpent to your head. Actually, he doesn't live, even if he does. Even if he does use it. Yeah, because it's the 2 damage. But yeah, that's just how good Rage of Serpent is, man. 6 mana, 9 to the face is just insane. And then yeah, that's some people don't play the Mummy. I think you either play like I said before, you play the 4-drop or you play the Mummy. Because there's not enough shadows to go around for both, I don't think, but yeah, we're just cruising along. I was just playing these games last night. It was going good. Here, like I said before, this is where I put back the Mino. I keep the Cerberus. I'm going second here, so you're probably going to see me coin something out. Especially because I have the curve is just good after this coin, right? Because I get the 2, I have a 2, and then I have a 3 for my next turn. So my next 3, I have 3 more draws to find a play after that. But my next 3 turns, or sorry, after this, my next 2 turns are already kind of set in stone. And then this Death Slash is one of those answers I was talking about to the kind of the stronger Alouette boards, or it can be. I think it is important here, though, that obviously Filled Out is a better answer to that. So I am... I don't know if they play Ruby in Artifact. I'd imagine not, but Either way, I'm holding this for maybe an Alouette. Uh, and yeah, the mummy here is just better to play out because yeah, I really value this field as effect. He goes Yudi, crash. I actually draw Leia here, which I do opt to just Death Slash, just to get the Yudi off the board, and then swing this damage in. I'm not 1,000,000% sure if that's correct, if I'm being completely honest with you. But yeah, so let's go over the reasons why it probably it can be correct. If they go if they have Puppet Lancer in this spot, or if they have the Puppet Love Strike Puppeteer into Puppet Theater, it's pretty easy. This deck can find a lot of ways to do 2 damage, and then they just have the high ground, right? Because they also have the UD on board, which trades favorably into these. They can even, well, I guess in that sense they'd actually just go UD Crash here, and then play the 2 puppets and Crash here, so UD has no damage on it. But yeah, the 3/3 is just a really good stat line, and this just let me be mana efficient. I missed the Bone Mancer turn, but yeah, I felt like if I let them play with the 3/3 body, they could do some damage. So here I opt to evolve, just to maintain my board presence. Obviously you can, if you want to be like kind of more I don't know, ambitious, you can evolve the mummy and go 4 to the face. But I just like keeping my my board presence high. I know he can't play Noah next turn. And yeah, I'd opt to just go to spread the stats. It's easier for you know, if I invest everything into one thing, I know he already has this. So if he has like medical grade assassin, he gets kind of like a value trade here because he can just do the, if this goes face, like this survives, so it's left on board. He goes medical grade assassin, plays a 0-cost puppet, swings in to the 4, swings this in here. He has these like more puppets, just gets to trade the skeletons. So yeah, I opt to maintain board control because I know he can't play Noah next turn and lose 2 more to the face. So yeah, this is Apollo turn, and this is, like I said, this is why Apollo is good in the puppet deck, because you know that play was possible through the puppets. So here I just go filled out Shadow Crypt. I opt to use my evolve point on the filled out. I'm not 1,000,000% sure if that's correct. At the same time, I just I can't really let the Apollo live, right? Because if he goes like Noah into this turn, he gets a super easy way to clear my filled out if it's not evolved. And yeah, then I'm just taking even more to the face. Like, yeah, here's the Noah. Like, now he has to use 2. And this is the kind of thing where you can see, like, I'm definitely running out of gas here. I just go the mummy, and I'm just like, I'm all in. I'm like, better have the Sylvia. The other reason why I go the mummy here is, and I opt to super evolve, is it's really my only way to deal with the Noah. Can't really take 5 to the face. If they evolve it, you know, take 7 to the face. And then this lets me just be mana efficient in the sense that I know I have my next turns. There's a lot of reasons to super evolve the mummy here. One, it was like a really good top deck for us. It was a super good top deck for us. we have an extra play point, so our next turn, as soon as we draw this mummy, we're like, okay, because we're running out of cards, and we don't really have any card draw generation in our hand, but we have none. We just have to make the most winning play, and just go all in and try and kill him. And if he has the Sylvia into Sylvia, then that's not good for us. But we got to put him on better habit, man. Like, you have 29 cards in deck, better have it. Because I mean, there's no other way. There's really no other win condition for us. So yeah, we get to deal with the Noah here. We get to play our Rage of Serpent, and we get to swing 5 to the face. It's all setting up our Cerberus turn with the Shadow Crypt. We get to clear here. Swing 5 face. And now the thing is, I said, like, better have double Sylvia. There's like, Sylvia actually doesn't matter here. You can't, like, even if you have Sylvia, like, Cerberus with Shadow Crypt Memorial just does 10 damage because it's 6/6. And then you just sack the, like, you don't get full value on the Cerberus revive, but yeah, Mimi coming back is 4 damage, so I mean 6 and 4, and then even if they have another thing, like, it's 11 damage with the Super Evolve. And he just goes Bloodstruck Puppeteer, Mecha Cavalier, which does not help. So if you don't heal, then Mimi just takes you out on her own. I don't even need to use the Shadow Crypt here because I just get the guaranteed damage. Yeah. Yeah, this deck can gas out if you have the Livias, have the Soul Predations. You can play, like, in that mirror. We kind of played for a more, like, value kind of game, and then ended up just because we drew that many more cards. It was also excuse me. It was also kind of how, like, we had 3 Rage of Serpents in our hand. I'm not gonna say it wasn't. But yeah, I mean, that's happened to everyone. It's just one of the reasons why you play the deck. It's has a crazy amount of reach.
Can we not? I wasn't built for combat.
So obviously the most important card in this matchup is the Eternal Hunter, because Sword makes these kind of go wide boards. I put back the 1 Fildau, which I'm pretty fine with, because I'm probably going to coin here. Actually, this might be a matchup where I opt to save my coin for the Hunter. I do opt to save it. So this is what I'm talking about, though, where having the, like, if I coined out the Ruby here or the Fildau, maybe put the Death Slash back. If I have this 2-drop on board, do I really want to be trading instead of smacking face, though? I'm not 1,000,000% sure. But yeah, if I have this Ruby here, obviously I get to just smack here, and he gets to trade in. But the thing is, if they get these, like, this combined with, like, the spell, or, like, this thing cannot live, because you can't. If it lives, you can't stick anything to the board for what feels like until it dies, right? So here I just go the Fildau, and I think, so this might be a mistake. I don't really know why I'm super valuing this Reaper's Death Slash. It's probably just supposed to be Ruby here into saving the Fildau for the Evolve, because this is, like, Fildau's Evolve ability is just Death Slash on a body. So that might be a mistake. Like I said, these are my I do not have a lot of games with this deck, but okay, I'm gonna be honest. Abyss low-key could be the best deck. I don't know. Like I'm gonna play. Like I'm going to the final stage of the Grand Prix, Group A. I might just play Abyss. I don't know. The thing is, at least for the meta right now, it's just in the perfect spot where it has the ability to go underneath all the best decks, and then for the decks that are kind of more like go wide strategies, it has Eternal Hunter, and the deck just has so much reach. Uh, I don't know. It's like it's just the perfect. Like I said, I'm making mistakes, and I'm just winning games in Diamond because I don't know, like obviously I'm doing some things right, but yeah, the deck just feels extremely powerful to me, and maybe I'm just in like the honeymoon phase, and maybe I played a bunch of high good games with like on the positive side of variance. But yeah, I don't know. It just feels like this deck has all the tools to get there. So yeah, he pops here.
Oh, my
This is one of the things where it can feel kind of weird here, like in the with uh my puppet deck. Usually, I'd probably have some way to like at least clear some things here. I'm not just playing a Bone Mancer and passing, staring at 4 damage to the face. But yeah. Here we go into the. This is why I save the coin. I go coin into the. I think now that I'm seeing Olivia in my hand, I think you keep this card in your opening hand because I'm just seeing the potential of it here. Yeah, they get the trade in here. So I think I have to put the Death Slash back here. Yeah, and I do have to play the Ruby because I'm not just gonna play the Bone Mancer into this. It's just not very mana efficient. He might not be playing around the second Hunter here, but this is like obviously a huge punish. Might be a world where I'm actually not 100% sure. No, there's definitely not. I was gonna say maybe I get super. No, there's definitely just not. I could evolve here, get the 3 in, smack the knight, swing. Like then he's at 16. I have a Cerberus, but no. At the same time, this guy like is playing Albert in his deck, right? Like I can't just put myself to 12 for fun. Let's go back here though. I was gonna say maybe like could I have played Olivia last turn with the coin, which is like what I usually do, and the answer is no, because I needed to get rid of the ambush guy with the gravy. So yeah, I mean this is obviously good for him. Our spot's not super crazy. The good thing about these guys is that we get to clear them right with the with Cerberus. So we have to use the super evolve point, but it is what it is. Obviously, we can't just let this live. And then we get to do a bunch of our chip damage here. He has the second one. Like, alright. He didn't have to use the super evolve here. But I guess he just didn't care. He's also just putting this up behind a giant wall. So I go the Olivia. And this is a spot where the just Reaper's Death Slash is so crazy, right? In this, like, because Super Evolve is a thing in this game. So I think I think I would just. Okay, I do it. Yeah. I was gonna say the coin is crazy here because of the Soul Predation in my hand, and I'm at 20 health. Like obviously you kill the 9/9, but at 20 with a Leia, I think I do want 3 copies of this in my deck. Because I'm looking at these. Like, what if this one of these was another Leia? You might have enough Reaper Death Slashes anyway. Yeah. Anyway, what I was saying. being able to coin out the Soul Predation here to find like more of the reach, which is why the card is so good. Like trying to find more Rage of Serpents. Found the Mummy. It was, yeah, just really good there. And obviously you can let this live. I will say, I think a weakness in my game. Also, just look at how many cards I have on this guy. 21 to 27. A weakness I might have is not using my health bar as enough of a resource. The reason that's kind of hard in this game is it feels like decks can just kill you from 20. You know what I mean? So, or they can kill you in 2 turns from 20. So I think I kind of over prioritize using my resources to trade things that might not warrant it. But yeah, in this case, like obviously I could have just used my other Reaper's Death Slash on the and got rid of this thing. But instead I opt to just coin, use Soul Predation, try and find more reach, find another Cerberus, find like the Shadow Crypts, find more Rage of Serpents. So here he goes Amelia into Geno, which is pretty good. Gets clear here. And now we're like, okay, kind of crazy. But yeah, we actually just have the lethal here, which seemed kind of crazy, right? Like if you play the deck, you definitely seen it on my last turn, putting him to 10. Yeah, because of the Mino, and because we're going to 10, we just have the perfect amount of mana to kill him. And this, like I said, like we played this game because especially because of the double gravy. But let's say even we had to use one evolve point here, we still have the lethal. Yeah, because it's terrible. Let's just watch it. Yeah, we just go Mino, get rid of the ward thing. At the same time, though, like in this case, we did only need one Mino to clear this, but Mino is such a good card. I'm not 100% sure if I would. I want to play. I don't know. I'm just gonna play more games with the deck list as is, and before I make some changes. But yeah, just some thoughts. But yeah, we just have the Mino, get rid of the ward, evolve, swing, and then just double Rage of Serpent to the face. Is yeah. Is 10 damage. And that's the thing about this deck, it just has an insane amount of reach. So yeah, I think Sword can potentially be a tough matchup, but the Gravy really kind of carries the load. Aragavi. Why do they have to give him such a... Aragavi's kind of hard. I don't know why I keep calling him Gravy. So yeah, we're playing the dragon here, and obviously you expect this to be face dragon. So I put everything back. I'm like, yo, this face dragon hand is fucking crazy. 3 Fildows, and a Death Slash, like the no intimidate, no nothing. Like this guy's not surviving. Yeah, I just coin out, play my Orthus. He plays the strike. I'm like, oh, okay. I just play the Fildow. Because I have a little, like, I don't play the Mummy here because I have a little suspicion that this might not be face dragon. Obviously, they just they're playing Leia. They're playing kind of like, I don't know. But at the same time, there was no ramp, so I'm not sure. But yeah. Anyway, I'm just going all in here because I feel like it's not face dragon. But let's talk about something here. Which, yeah, okay, yeah, with the, I don't think it is, but let's talk about how much damage I'm able to do here. Just on, like, this is before, like, this is just going second. My opponent hasn't even been given the opportunity to use an evolve point yet. Just with 4 mana, I get the mummy. I get to evolve my Fildow,
Now I'm annoyed.
pop the card, swinging 6, and then I also have enough mana to use my Rage of Serpent. You definitely do Rage of Serpent instead of Fildow here because you might need the Fildow evolve effect. At this point, I'm getting kind of nervous because obviously I had a good early game. My opponent's at 11 health, but I don't have. I'm running out of resources, very clearly. So I just go the Fildow and the Shadow Crypt. I wanted to, which I'm not 1,000,000% sure is right. Maybe I'm supposed to go Orthus here. Let's think about that. So what was I afraid of? I was afraid of taking 4. And then this is a spot where it's like maybe you're not supposed to be afraid of taking the 4 because Orthus also has a ward, right? So, but the thing is, we all know like there's a really we draw the Orthus. If I go Orthus here instead, obviously he's not going to just like run the Fildow in. There's so many ways to just like get rid of a 2 attack ward, 2 health ward character, right? So like if I just go Orthus here, like this is just the thing that kills it, the Orthus, and then I take that damage to the face. So it's kind of tough, honestly. Maybe I'm supposed to take the damage there and save the Fildow for like for a monster like this. This guy just goes all in. You find the hunter, super good. I go super evolve here. I don't really feel like I have a choice. So I just want a full clear here. Putting my damage in. He goes Twilight Dragon. Super evolve. Get his card draw. I rip another hunter. Because I mean I can't take the damage here. I have to evolve it. We're both at 4. I die to any. He sat on this for a while. I'm okay. I die to any storm. Here I go the Ruby. Ruby, you don't need to put back in order to draw a card. So I find the Soul Predation. And then I find the Rage of Serpent to end the game. So yeah, that one was kind of a crazy game. And I kind of just went runner. Slammed him into hell. But yeah, that's the deck. It's has the ability to, you know, just find that reach, and the yeah, I've been having lots of fun with it. I just jammed the games yesterday. And yeah, it was good. The I haven't played a lot of forest matchups. So I'm kind of curious to see how that go. In my mind, I feel like I have like a non-evolve answer to Glade. I have the Hunter to deal with the wide boards, and then I'm able to use that coin aggressively to put on the pressure. Yeah, so it might be okay, but yeah, like I said, I just haven't really played those. Haven't played the matchup. So yeah, let me know how you think it is if you've played it. But yeah, I don't know. People will think the thing about this game, like all the decks are good, man. Like you can win with all of them. Like obviously I put most of my time into Puppet Portal, but yeah, I just wanted to start trying different things, and then yeah, I just thought that I mean the cards in Abyss are just crazy, right? So one thing to note if we go back into the deck list here. Uh, I don't have Medusa in my deck. Uh, Even though I own the card. It's just kind of tough, right? Like can't take this out, can't take this out, can't take this out. So what are we taking out for Medusa here? Maybe shave a copy of Death Slash to put Medusa in. Medusa is kind of just Death Slash on steroids, right? Because I mean it's a body that does it 3 times. You can maybe play one. You could maybe keep cut a Memorial. I'm not entirely sure. Bone Mancer, I'm not trying to cut. Rage of Serpents, not really trying to cut. Soul Predation, don't think I can cut that. Orthus, I'm already playing 2. You cut a Mino, put in a Medusa. But the thing is, like they fulfill different roles, right? Like kind of the closest comparison is you can kind of compare it to Olivia, but like not really. Because this is a lot of energy with the or synergy with the Mummy, and it's like it's your healing and draw, which you don't have a lot of. Medusa is just like a clear. So you could maybe cut a Death Slash, play one Medusa, then you have one Medusa in your deck, and yeah, like I don't really. You could cut a Mino. You could cut a Mino because, well, honestly, you probably cut Mino, one copy. If you want to play one Medusa, you cut Mino because she is for 3 more mana. Like I'm talking about Mino's an enhance effect. Like when she's Rush Bane. For 3 more mana, you get Medusa, who is basically Rush Bane, but 3 times. So it's kind of comparable there. Yeah, no, it is comparable there. I might try that. I might cut Amino for one Medusa and like see if it comes up. But at the same time, that one game where we won against the Swordcraft, if Medusa's in our hand there instead of the Mino, we don't have enough mana to clear the ward and play like with Medusa. We get to survive though because Medusa gets to clear the Geno and the Malia, but and then demands an answer. So there's arguments for it both ways. This is kind of a more aggressive deck with the inclusion of the Mummy, and I don't really know if Medusa lives there. And like obviously, and like if you play like more like all control, then like you obviously play Medusa in your deck. But yeah, the other thing like you could argue this might go in a more aggressive deck, but like at the same time again, like what card are you removing? It just feels so tough to take these cards out of your deck, especially when on 6. Like, I don't know. I'm sure it has its spots, but Ghost Juggler, reanimate 4. I don't really have like a good 4 to reanimate. I bring the Bone Mancer back, which isn't horrible, but yeah. I'm not, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Mukon is the 4 drop, Necromancy 8. Yeah, if you play this plus the Mummy, it was what I was talking about before, you don't have enough shadows. Dark Seal, I can honestly see maybe an argument for putting a copy of Dark Seal in my deck just to get more of that draw. And then it has a super relevant evolve effect. It's basically Filda's effect, because I mean Filda most of the time pops stuff that is less than 6 health. Or 6 exactly. It's a good breakpoint for the evolved Alouette. So I might mess around with that as well, just to get a little bit more consistency. But then at the same time, if I only have one in that one of it in my deck and I see it in my mulligan, like am I now okay? Am I saying okay? I always keep Darkseal. But yeah, the deck is good, and this card, Wukong, like I've explained why you can't play it. Ceres, this I think her name's Ceres. I think it's Ceres. Also a good card, but kind of not really following with the game plan that we're trying to do, right? Like we're trying to chip as much damage as possible, be aggressive, get our opponent in lethal range, finish them off with the Rage of Serpents or the Cerberus. Yuna, I think Yuna is a really good card, but not in this deck. For starters, the Ghost and the Bat counteract, or I guess inflict with the Cerberus Reanimate, because they are 1 cost, which makes kind of makes Cerberus a weird, like obviously it's super powerful, but it makes it kind of a weird card in the sense that you can't, like if you play Cerberus, you can't play Yuna. Like I'm sure people do play it in their deck, but that's just, or if it is the case, the stuff you generate off of Yuna, you cannot play until you've played Cerberus. So now you just have these cards sitting in your hand, but like obviously Ghost and Bat are good cards, and Yuna just being a 4-mana 3/5 with Ward is also good. Like it just seems like a fine card. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even know this card existed. Summon 2 copies of Ghost. Honestly seems not bad. The thing is though, now they like again they conflict with Cerberus. Which I feel like is just a design flaw with the class. Like something needed to, like can't you just make them, I don't know, maybe it would have been too good, but it could have just said reanimate 0, right? Well, no, because then they inflict the skeleton. So it's really, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I'm trying to guarantee my Cerberuses. You could play this card because it kind of follows like our plan of, you know, chipping away. But again, like what card am I removing for this? Like don't all these cards just seem kind of too good? And then yeah, summon a Bat, messes it up. Night Fiend. This is kind of like a hyper aggro card. I don't know. I'm not like a giant fan. And then yeah, the other thing is like you could maybe fit Apollo in here somewhere. You cut like maybe you opt to say okay, I'm gonna cut a Phil Dow. Maybe you cut a Memorial, like just for the Apollo. And then yeah, this one you could play this card as well, but just for the buffed body. Like it's a 3/3 body, but obviously all of these cards are good. Like I said before, trying to find more draw. Ruby is, you know, lets you cycle. Filled out, super important card in the meta. Mummy important, Mino important, Orthus. Do I ever like did I'm sure the shadows do come up, but yeah, and also just taking 3 to your face is a lot of damage. And then yeah, this is just generic evolve, summon 2 copies of the Bat. Like I said before, inflicts with the Cerberus, and then yeah, Lilith also inflicts with Cerberus. So I don't know. I'm gonna mess around with this more. The thing that I might like the most is cutting something to play a copy of Darkseal, just to be able to find some some more cards. Because the deck can run out of gas for sure, and you're really just trying to go all in. And in those, yeah, just a little bit of refill. But that is the deck. I am really enjoying it. The games are fun to play. And yeah, I think it's really good. And I think I think it has a good matchup into Rune, which is a deck I see all the time, and that it just feels so miserable to play against. Like I'm just trying to end it before they get to that Kakaitis range, you know? So yeah, I hope you guys liked the video, and I will catch you later. Peace.